All right, so I'm gonna talk about Michael Jackson and Prince mostly. This comes up because of the Kendrick Lamar and Drake so-called rap beef. In my humble opinion, Kendrick Lamar won. He won basically off his last song. Everybody's laughing and dancing at the same time. Uh, but Drake has one good line. At least that's what I think. I don't listen to Drake like that. Drake is that's Dracula. He's not us. Kendrick is right. He's not like us. His mother's a Jesuit. That's totally different. He's a soulless one. That's a that's a whole nother story, right? But Michael and Prince, they're one's a Gemini. Prince is a Gemini, air sign. Michael is a Earth sign. I'm gonna say Mother Earth sign. So in Virgo, it's the first sign. When I say the first sign, I mean everything begins with Virgo, ends with Leo, the Alpha and Omega. I went into why in the other videos, or in the last few videos, but yeah. So they both were very competitive with one another. They almost borderline hated each other just because they were so competitive. You know, and they both wanted to be the best, and they both had super big fan bases, but Michael had a little bit bigger fan base, just enough to edge Prince. All right, so most of the Gemini is an air sign ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is Tahuti, Hermes, Thoth, Apollo. It's considered the messenger. The messenger. The same thing with Michael Jackson as a Virgo. The messenger. The difference is what organ rules they ain't have the organs on here. There was some good stuff on there, so read that. They saying that the organs that rule Gemini's include the lungs, the throat, the vocal cords, the hands, and the nervous system. The one I want you to focus on is the vocal cords. The vocal cords. When Geminis are feeling their best, their voices can be strong and excitable, like a Donald Trump, like a Tupac, like a Kendrick Lamar. All right, so the Virgo is ruled by the stomach area, the solar plexus. That's where the soul is. That's where the heat is. That's in the earth, Mother Earth. It's the core, the real sun that has lava. That's that heat. That's that fire. In Michael Jackson, that's that stomach acid. That's that heat. That's that fire. That's where the soul is. When the body goes cold, the soul has left the body. Like in way to think of the soul is forever. The body is just temporary. You can get another one, or another one, or another one, in a different dimension, or on the same one, or the same dimension. No matter. Right now, most people trapped here though, so it'll be in this dimension, right? But like in the movie Pinocchio, when uh, when the puppet's just laying there, a little light comes down, look comes down and flies down, that and it lands right into that wooden puppet, and then the puppet wakes up and it's all moving and thinking it's a real boy. Uh, that light, that's the soul. They say the soul's 21 grams. They know this. 21 grams. Right? That's that's the solar plexus. That's what rules Virgo, which is also the closest to the sun with Gemini. The sun is considered actually Leo, but for this conversation, we'll just say the Most High. We'll say it's the Most High is as in the God's right. So the story of Satan. Satan plays harps. And here, you can find out before Satan got cast out of heaven, he used to play music. He used to play specifically the harps. When he got cast out, he didn't play harps no more. It played like the flute and stuff like that. But the harp is because the Most High, so they love hearing that. And like Satan was the favorite, like, the anointed one. Likely she was the highest of all angels. Even after her fall from heaven, not even Michael Jackson, the archangel, dared to stand up to her without the Lord's help. Satan fell because of her pride. She did not like being second best to Michael, the Virgo. She wanted to be the king. You said in your heart, I will ascend to heaven. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. Right? I just changed some of the words around just so you can get an idea of where I'm leading to. But you can read the right words on there. So, let me see. The Prince of Air is Satan. The Prince of the Power of Air is Satan, according to Ephesians 2-2. And like I told y'all about Will Smith. Ill, he's the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, the Prince of Air. He's a Libra sign, according to the 12 signs. If you're going off 13 signs, he's a Virgo. But he goes off of Libra. That's an air sign, the Prince of Air. Yeah, so now you go back to the singer Prince. The singer is called Prince. That's a air sign. It's a Gemini, two-faced. Right. I always thought as a child Prince like dressed weird, looked weird, act weird. I didn't listen to his music at all. I am familiar with Doves Cry and Purple Rain, but I didn't really listen to them songs like that. And doves don't cry. No, but I just thought it was weird that a grown man was wearing high heels and wearing makeup and laces and hair all curly like a woman. Thought that was just weird. Nobody else thought it. Well, majority of his fans didn't think it was weird, and the reason why I didn't bring it up is because he always had a bunch of women, so he looked like he didn't look I guess if I would have said how I really felt back then, it's like people, there was no way people were gonna believe me because he always had a lot of women. But I always thought he was kind of fruity all the time. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to his fans. It is what it is. But Prince had a lot of fans, but he dressed like a woman. And again, they, it was like, you remember what they said? They said it was always jealous because it was always second best, but so-called God thought thought this person was the anointed one, the most beautiful one. And you gotta remember the story is she went into a he. She dropped the S, became just a he. She got rid of her breasts and shrunk them down to her chest and grew a third leg. So, but Prince outlived Mike Jack. That was Kendrick Lamar's line. It's like Prince outlived Michael Jackson. Man. Prince had a lot of women, so didn't look like what I'm saying. I'm saying he was a fruitcake in a negative way, and but he had a lot of women. But I don't think he just had women. I don't even think he really was with them women. I think they were all covers. Now let me tell you some Geminis. Trump, probably the biggest Gemini, which I like, because Trump telling that real stuff. He's telling that stuff that needs to be told, and they're prosecuting them. They are crucifying him. These are all messages. Tupac, the same thing, another Gemini. They said he was two-faced. His last living album, well, that technically came out right after he died, but he actually did the whole album before he died. So he's telling you, he the messenger. The messengers. Or some people confuse the messenger with the word Messiah. Right? They're doing that to Trump right now, Geminis. But like Kendrick walks around with the thorns on his head, like the so-called Jesus thorns. He's been doing this a lot now, right? Those are supposed to be antlers too. That's a whole nother story I'll go into. Is a crown of thorns. It represents antlers. It represents a Pacific tribe. You can figure it out. And you ain't. Oh, I might put it in this video because, yeah, I'm gonna put it in this video. Let me put it. I gotta remember the name. There it is. Those are the horns. Those are the horns. That's the tribe. Their symbol is the deer, with the antlers representing the crown. Let me try it back in. Let's see if they put it in here. I looked this up years ago. It's been a while. But I know it represents Virgo. See right down here at the bottom says the Mathers. I don't know what the Mathers means, but I guess fathers. Yeah, it would say that's the fathers, the mothers. The fathers is Virgo. It's the mother, the son. I don't know, but you see, here's a Virgo sign right there. Let me see if I find something better. That's a bad example, but I looked this up a couple years ago. I had it all together. I got it on my Facebook. How they go together. Oh, okay. So in our zodiac, I remember part of it now. In our zodiac, I said Virgo is the 7th month because it's September 7, October, Octagon 8. But they have it listed as the 9th month. But in the zodiac, it's listed as the sixth sign. And the sixth sign it goes to Natali. And 6 means you're falling. 9 means you're rising. I wish I could find it all now. Alright, see here. They say Virgo. Natali. The Ali, A-L. That's the A-L. The Al's A-L and E-L. A-L is alchemy. Allah. Like alligator. E-L like Elohim. Electric. Elephant. Yeah. So that's where I'm just trying to get where the crown goes. So you see the crown is on Kendrick because he's a messenger. But the crown really is on the Virgo. I mean 100%. It's on it's supposed to be on Virgo. Now let me show you this. You already know Michael said he's the king of pop. Like Michael, look at that. Michael the king of pop. With the crown, right? This is another Virgo. T.I. He got a song, he got an album called King. He named his child, his son, his S-U-N, his S-O-N. He named his son King. He a Virgo. This is Nas. Nas walks around with the crown. He even got songs telling you like what's going on. Let me see. It's another Virgo. A king. They don't call themselves prince. They don't call themselves a prince. They're king. That's the first sign. Leo is a king. Virgo's a king. Virgo's the beginning. Leo's the end. And it keeps spiraling like that until it gets to the top. It ends on Virgo. Yeah. It was a song. I cannot remember the name. I ain't never gonna find it like this. These are all good songs, but these ain't the ones I'm talking about. This is the album. He did a whole album with him as the Messiah with 12 disciples of him. You know, and that's the zodiacs. The zodiacs is 12, 12 signs, and the third, the in the center is the sun, and that would be that's where he's put himself at. But to be quite frank, it's the Leo and Virgo because you know the beginning and end they were brother sister signs. But there's a particular song on this album. Let's see. Maybe it's on a different album. Maybe I got it wrong. I can't find it, but there was a song I thought that was on this album that was that's the one. Like Nas went off. He was telling everybody like who he is. Hey, he's not talking about just specifically him. He's like Virgos. And so hope that enlightened some people, and they got an overstanding, or at least open their minds. We and Satan means adversary. It means adversary. A lot of stuff got like there's, you know, if you look at like so-called Bloods and Crips, the way it's supposed to work, they're adversaries. They don't agree with how one does things compared to the other. Basically, it's mainly like an introvert extrovert, but that's not how they do it. It's totally different. But that's how it's supposed to be done. But they do it by neighborhoods, so to protect their neighborhoods. It was supposed to protect the neighborhoods, but they do it by neighborhoods, so they got introvert extroverts all within the same block. So it's a little bit different. But the way it was supposed to go, you got the introverts and the extroverts. And then in between that, you got half introverts that agreeable with half extroverts, and then the other half that are, I guess you could say, they're not agreeable, so they're agreeable. Like, I don't know, something like that.